there. Lesson D, a bad influence. This lesson, it's about reading. We need to practice our reading skills. And to get started, what do you see in the picture?
A fighter.
Fighter, okay.
A soldat.
Screen.
Video game.
A video game?
Video games.
A gamer.
Playing
Gamer.
Playing video games.
What do you think about violence in the media? Like in movies, TV shows, video games, music, etc.
It's increasing.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, not good. Not good, of course.
Not
No.
good. Hello, hello, hello. You haven't said nothing today.
We can normalize, or people who play video games with too much violence could normalize the behavior.
Yes. I agree.
Can you repeat that, please?
Maybe people who play video games with too much violence, probably they could normalize it, this kind of behavior.
Their behavior.
Yes, the
They,
violence.
they could or they should?
Could.
They could.
Could.
They could. All right.
Like
good.
instead of psychiatric.
Not sure. Could.
Like a wish.
No.
No.
Probably they
They
get
act
used
with
get
violence.
used to be violent.
Oh. So you're talking about the probabilities.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. The probabilities of the video games affecting their behavior.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, now, which of these statements about violence in the media do you agree with?
It's something to children. You
The
should.
number one,
One,
number three, the number four.
All of
three,
them.
and
All of them.
four.
All of them.
All of them? All of them?
Yes.
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 Okay. One of, if you
One of
want
them,
to
it doesn't
say-
make sense.
one
with
of them
the other three.
yes, one of them contradicts the other.
Yes.
One is
Three.
an opposite thought.
It's just harmless entertainment.
Yeah, what about it?
Is contradict to another sentences.
Yes, this contradicts what? Is the opposite of?
Number three.
Yes, is the opposite of number three. That's right.
Just harmless entertainment.
So now, which statement do you agree with?
3, 2, and 4.
Number three.
3, 2, and 4?
Sorry, 1. I
One,
thinking
three, four.
1.
3,
Not
2,
number
and
2.
One,
not number 2. Okay, not number
Not
2. So,
number 2.
so 3, 1,
I
and
think
And four.
I
And
think we
four.
miss.
I don't know.
I think we missed the fourth one. The fourth one is a little bit hard, but it's really done a bad idea.
so you don't agree with 4?
No,
All right,
absolutely,
all right,
yes.
good. Oh, you do?
But it's
Yes,
too
but it's-
tough. It's too hard. It's too
Okay.
hard, but it's possible.
Excellent. Okay, so you agree with it. Even though it's a little hard, you agree with it. Anybody else want to comment?
Needs criteria.
Yeah,
The
this is
fourth one
criteria.
needs criteria.
Now, why?
Because affects people's health, mental health.
Okay, affects people's mental health
And the,
Yeah.
and the behavior also.
and the behavior.
And
Anything else?
and the way to act in the real life.
Behavior,
Yes.
Remember,
conduct.
I'm sorry. Remember what it's happening in the several cities in the United States? I think
Yes.
it's product from that kind of
It comes from that.
media.
Okay.
just crazy people, just kill people. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is
Amazing.
really bad.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
today we're going to read an article about violence. Where do you think is this talking about? In movies, in the music, where?
Video games.
Yes, talking about
just video games.
video games, okay? We're going to talk about video games. When you have the article, of course, remember
Yes.
that if you have time, it's okay to read. Yes? If you have nothing to do and you have a couple of hours to spare, read away as long as it takes, right? And if you don't understand something, grab a dictionary, go to the internet, start deciphering, start studying everything. But
We missed the screen.
you are not here to learn to read as a hobby. You're here to pass exam, to acquire a good level, right?
Yeah.
And you have a time limit. So we need to find the answers quickly. How do you find the answers to an exam quick? Do you know how? You know the techniques?
No.
Maybe
Scanning.
Advise us.
reading the
The
titles.
Yes.
The
Titles.
keywords.
Yes, excellent. So with that in mind, let's see how long it takes you to find this answer. According to the article, what is most disturbing about violence in the media? All right. So you're not going to read the whole text because you don't have time. What you're going to do is focus on the question and pick a couple of keywords or phrases. What do you think are the keywords in this question?
Violence
Violence.
and
Disturbing.
disturbing.
Media.
Media.
Where?
Yeah.
Yeah, violence in the media. Remember that the whole article talks about this too. So they may not help you
Most
because the article
disturbing.
talks about, yes,
Disturbing.
your keywords will be most disturbing.
Most disturbing. The second
That
one.
will be, yes, that will be your keywords to find the answer in this question.
Okay.
So this is what you need to find. Most disturbing. Let's see how long it takes you. Okay, I'm gonna start my timer. Yeah, you have no more than 1 minute. Now,
As
soon
usual.
you, I know. 1 minute. Now, as soon as you find it, you can please tell us the answer and also highlight it, mark it, underline it, circle it, whatever you can to show that you have found the answer. And I'll be checking your answers to see if that's the correct answer or not. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. So what is most disturbing about violence in the media? On your marks, get set, go. No answers yet? Time's up.
It's on the
Oh, time's up.
writing.
Time's up. Nope, that's not it. Yes, who's that? Alejandra. She
That one.
found over here on the first paragraph. She found the keyword.
I know.
Yes.
I know. You weren't supposed to read the whole text. You were supposed to find the keywords. Keywords most disturbing. Now you found the place, the question. What is most disturbing? Look at the question. What is most disturbing about violence in the media?
Children's television shows up.
The answer is,
It's not just an adult entertainment.
it's not just in adult entertainment, which means it's also in children's entertainment as well. Correct? Thank you, Elu. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much for participating. But let's go for the next question.
Okay.
What is the trend in video game design? Now I'm going to give you only 30 seconds.
Trend is aim.
30. Or what was your question, mister?
Trend means aim.
It's like a fashion.
Not aim. No, it's sure. It's using fashion, but trend is direction.
Okay.
Okay.
So what is the trend in video game design? Are you ready? 30 seconds.
Yes.
What that one? I got lost. This one? One disturbing?
Yes.
Yes, that one.
Okay, what is the answer?
One is the number of games that include extreme violence. and
Exactly,
killing.
Rocio.
Extreme
That's,
violence.
that's the answer. The number of games
That include extreme violence.
that include extreme violence and killing. That is the answer to this question. Very good. Yes, guys, good.
Yes.
Are there any questions?
No.
Next. Next question. Oh, yes, go ahead. Ask me.
I don't find the pencil in my screen, teacher.
Do you have a computer or a cell phone?
Yes. No, a computer.
A computer, okay. In your computer, you should see there a small button that says view options. Do you see it? Okay, click on
Yes.
it. Click on it.
Yes.
All right. A menu will display, will scroll down with more options. Find one that says annotate, or maybe it says anotar in Spanish.
Yes.
Click on it.
Text.
You found it? Okay, now you're going to see a bar, a
Yes.
complete bar in black with color. All right, find a one that says text or texto.
Yes.
You will also find one that says draw or dibujar. Okay. And you have it.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Next, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
What has greater influence than television? Now, you should be able to answer this without reading the text. Only by deduction.
Video games.
Only by what?
Only by deduction.
Deduction.
Video
Why video games?
Because that's the main subject we're discussing.
That's the topic of the article. But we need to
we're
find it
talking about.
in the article. All right, ready?
Okay.
I'll give you 15 seconds to find it.
Yes, mister.
Ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, is there.
Thank you, Carlita. Good job.
Yes, is there.
It took 10 seconds. It took only 10 seconds. There you go.
You already saw it.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Next question. What's the percentage of junior high school students with students familiar with violent video games? Now, why should this be easy to find? What do you think?
The
Because we are
symbol.
talking
There's a
about
number.
the percentage, a number.
Because of the
is the symbol.
percentage. That's right, because of that. So let's see if you find it in 15 seconds.
Junior high school.
Seventh paragraph,
We-
first
at
line.
80%
No.
of
Percent.
It took 7 seconds.
Wow.
Awesome. Wow. Yeah, that's good. That's correct. Thank you. Next question.
No, that's okay.
Oh, that was the last question. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, no, I have
Okay.
another activity. More
I
questions
was
in a
kidding,
different
but
way.
it was real.
Now we're going to read for detail. Okay. Now it's about detail. Where do these sentences fit in the article? Write the correct letters in the spaces. Now in the article, we have empty spaces. We have a space number 1, a space number 2, number 3, and we have number 4. So what's missing there? We're missing these sentences. Furthermore, children who enjoy aggressive video and computer games show less prosocial behavior, such as helping people. Now we need to find in every paragraph, what is the paragraph talking about and what is this sentence talking about, and connect them. Okay, connect the same train of thought, the same type of information flow. That's why it's about detail. Now, one trap is that here we have 5 sentences, but in the article, we only have 4 spaces. So one of these sentences is extra. One of these sentences you don't need. So I'm gonna send you this. Okay, this page and the article as well to the WhatsApp group, so you guys can find the answers in Teams. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, how long you want for this activity? 2 minutes?
1 minute, teacher.
What? No.
One.
At least 3.
Yeah, let's make it 3 minutes, okay?
Yeah.
Oh no. There you go. Perfect. It's perfect now. All right, guys. Go ahead and go to the breakout sessions. I'll send you the slide in just a minute, in just a second. Awesome.
You keep us out.
Did you finish, guys?
No.
No.
Not really.
No.
Oh, you didn't finish?
No. Because
How much? How much more?
Much more like 5.
5 more minutes?
Yes.
We just were unsure about 2, but
Oh, could be better. Could be better if we works together. Maybe.
Awesome
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
Work together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
green.
agree.
Pretend that I'm not here.
No, right here. So what's going on?
Okay, we start with that number by number. What about number 1?
Yeah.
what do you have for number 1?
I don't
We
know,
have B.
The letter
Parents
Yeah,
needs to
but
be
let
more
me see.
aware with the violence.
parents need to be more aware.
B from
I
bicycle
don't know
B.
if we are sure, but we thought that it was letter P. And you, what do you have?
I had letter D.
Oh, okay.
B and
B and D.
I agree with letter D. By the age of 11, that one. D.
Is it
He said,
D?
don't.
D.
Yes, because okay, yes, it's talking
Because
about
we're talking about
uh-huh,
ages, I
naveras,
think
uh-huh,
numbers of motors.
and mothers, witness about to, violent acts, yeah, okay.
And number 2,
The
E.
number two,
E. Yeah.
the letter
E, the short answer seems to be yes,
says
because
yes,
it's
a question,
a question. Yes.
yes. Letter E. What happened with the pencil? Letter E.
Letter E.
Okay. The number 2, the research also suggests that the ones
That would be A.
A.
Yeah.
For that much chicken?
Yes, I think that letter A,
Letter A.
because it's talking about less the prosocial behavior.
And then number
Number-
4 would be
Letter
B.
parents need to be aware of the violence.
Number 4, letter E,
One is to
as Elizabeth.
Yes, I think that the number 4 is letter C.
E, as
B,
Elizabeth.
I think B.
B,
Because
no, parents
C
need
talks
to
about
aware-
music.
Yes,
I
no,
think
letter
B, I agree with letter B.
B.
Parents need to.
Parents need
Yeah,
to be more
B.
aware
Yeah,
of the
agreed.
violent games that the children are playing.
So it's D, B, E.
D,
No, D,
No,
D,
D,
E,
E, mhm,
A,
A, B.
A, B. Right? Because it's
our,
Mm.
let me see.
But
E,
what,
A, B.
sorry, number 4 is a closed question, right? It's a yes, no question. Number 4.
Just so the,
Oh,
But
it's
number four don't
paragraph
have-
4, but number 2 of the exercise.
Oh, yes.
Right? That's
Okay.
a confusion about. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I got it.
and the number 3 is letter A.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
All right. So are you guys finished?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's check your answers. Oh, you have them. Nice. D, E, A. What?
That one is
What is this?
They're not in the right position, obviously.
Yeah. 2E.
the last one
It
is
should be D, E, A, B.
B. Uh-huh.
That's what
D, E, A, B.
we agreed, right?
The number 1, D. Number 2, E.
All right. Let's check it out, guys, because I don't know what you guys,
Number 4.
how that happened.
Mhm.
So the first one, this is the article. This is the story.
Yeah.
And in paragraph number 1,
Mhm.
where we have our space number 1, whether we like it or not, violence is part of all mass media. It's on TV and the internet, in movies, music, and the video games people play. What is most disturbing, perhaps, is that it's not just in adult entertainment. On a typical Saturday morning, children's television shows up to 25 acts of violence per hour, which means that by the age of 18, the average person has witnessed around 200,000 violent acts. Okay, are we talking about something specific?
About average person and when
Average
violent act.
Oh, we're talking about statistics.
statistics.
Yes.
The
So
murders or
which
something
line
like
is telling us statistics?
the
D.
D.
2000.
Letter D. Yes, by the age of 11, a US child will typically have seen 8,000 murders on TV. Wow. Did you know this?
No.
No.
And this book was made in 2010, 11
2010.
years ago.
Yes. And I
Okay.
think that now it's
Perfect. Next. Hey, Lou, you're drinking coffee too. Oh my goodness.
The weather is very cold in Estado de Mexico.
It is here too in Acapulco.
yes.
It's like
Yes,
24
it is.
degrees and I'm
Yeah.
freezing.
No, always is hot. I have gone in December and it's
Yeah.
like if it was spring.
It's 24 degrees and I'm freezing.
For us, it's too much.
Yeah, yes, for me it's not. It's like,
I know. Next, the next space is in paragraph 4. We have the space number 2. Yes. So we have 4. However, are violent video games the cause of
Yes.
violent behavior?
yes.
And then it goes on to say about psychologists' claim.
Uh-huh.
So what's in the middle? What's between 4 and 5?
Question, I think that a question.
The answer,
We have the answer. What's the answer?
the
Yes.
short answer seems to be yes.
Answer seems to be
Letter E.
Yes.
Letter E. There. Yes?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next. The next space we have is number 3. But this number 3 over here, what paragraph is it?
5.
It's paragraph 5. Yes, psychologists claim that there is evidence to suggest that playing violent video games really does make people feel, think, and behave more aggressively. Then something goes here. And then the research also suggests, what research?
The one that here we have.
This one.
Psychology.
Wait.
That's the research.
Yeah.
And it says also suggest,
Mhm.
which means there is more here. More what? Let's check it out. We've already seen that letters V and E are taken. So we have 3 possibilities. What is our answer?
A.
A.
We
Letter
choose letter A.
A, and that is
B.
correct. B, actually, we have furthermore. So more. We're talking about more research findings. Yes, children who enjoy aggressive video and computer games show less prosocial behavior, right? So this is the psychologist claims.
Helping people. Yeah,
Yes.
this is A.
And behave.
A.
Yes,
Yeah,
influence.
absolutely A.
So it's A. Yes, is that good? Next.
Yep.
And the next space is in paragraph 4. I'm sorry. It's our space 4, our blank 4 is in paragraph 7. In one study, 80% of junior high school students said they were familiar with a particular violent computer game. So what is our answer?
B.
Parents
B.
need to be more aware.
No, B.
B. Parents need to be more aware. So which sentence is extra?
C.
The media.
Letter
Music.
C.
But the D.
So we have D, E, A, and B. And what is extra?
C.
C.
C is not needed, right? Because C is about music lyrics and the article is not about music lyrics. Correct?
Correct.
Yes, it doesn't mention about lyrics.
There you go. Very good. So reading tip. Writers often ask a question and then answer it to build an argument. This is to make a point. Paragraphs 2 and 4. Here, the first space, the first line. What kind of impact does this have on young people? It's a question. And then here's the answer. Why do writers do this? To make a point. Yes, the impact of video games in young people. And that's just an example. Now we have to read, but I don't have the sentences anymore. So focus on vocabulary, formal expressions. Find more formal ways in the article of expressing the underlying ideas. So you have the article. What formal way is in paragraph 2, and it has 4 words to replace this sentence. Number 1, researchers have started looking at video games. Started looking at. We need to replace this with other words. Can you find them in the article?
Investigate.
What?
Investigate.
No, it's not investigated.
Psychologists claim that there is evidence.
But it has 4 words.
It has 4 words. And it has to be the same thing.
Researchers.
It has to mean, it has to have the same meaning.
Research have figured out
Turn the
better video games. Figure out better.
The
video
same
games.
meaning. Figure out
Research have
For what?
is not the same meaning.
started looking at.
Started
Okay.
looking at and figure out is not the same idea. They are
Okay.
different ideas. So no, it's not figure out.
Okay, research have conclude.
Started looking is not the same as conclude, because conclude is the end.
And it's
Yes.
with
Seeking.
4 words.
And it has to have 4 words.
4 words. Ah,
Research have to.
There, number 1, researchers have started looking at video games. It is in paragraph 2, right? It says
Mhm.
paragraph 2.
Yes,
Okay.
it's turn
Searching.
their attention.
researcher,
Attention, no. Turn
no,
Turn their attention
Yes.
to,
Looking. at.
turn their attention to,
Turn to the attention.
mhm.
turn their attention to.
Searching.
Turn their attention
Turn
to
their
is correct. Yes.
Another.
That's the one. So let's go in
Mhm.
sessions again for only a couple of minutes. Yeah, we have a little time. Yes. So you can find the rest of these answers, okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's go in sessions, please.
That's good. There you go.
Go ahead. I'll send you the slide in a second. Hello.
Hello.
Did you finish?
It is not easy, this exercise.
Almost.
It was easier.
Yes.
Oh, almost.
It is not easy.
Okay. Let's compare your answers, please. Or actually, what do you have for number 1?
Disturbing,
For number
Ah,
1, we have
number
already done.
Have turned.
Have turned. What else? 4 words, remember?
oh yeah, turn their attention to.
Turn their attention to. Perfect. What about number 2? 1 word.
Disturbing.
Extreme.
Okay, so, there.
Number 3.
Identify with,
Number 3.
No. Critics
no.
of.
Really, critical,
Critics.
critics of,
Critics of. Number 4.
Identify with.
Identify with,
Identify with. Yeah. Number 5.
we're familiar.
we're familiar with,
Perfect. And number 6.
Uh,
I don't
complex issue.
know, complex. Eso.
Complex issue. Perfect. Perfect. Very good. Thank you very much. Now, what new facts did you learn? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Let me see.
Rocio,
What?
Don't you have on your bar of controls one button that says capture screen?
No,
No, you don't have it?
no.
Is it your keyboard?
My keyboard.
You can also do it on your keyboard.
Okay. No. Capture the screen.
Yes, capture the screen.
Okay.
Your keyboard,
No.
it says IMPPT,
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
and it's a lot better.
Okay. Thank you very much.
But you need to save it when you hit that button, IMPPT. You need to save it. You need. I suggest you go to Paint,
A word of
and
something.
you just click on the Control B, so you paste this. You paste the image, and then you save it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, perfect. Next, guys. What new facts did you learn from the article? How did the information affect your views on violence in the media? Discuss with a partner. Go ahead, guys. Discuss how or what did the new facts, what new facts did you learn?
The amount of deaths on violent events the average teenager and 11-year-old have seen.
Guys?
Yes. In my case, all the statistics, because I didn't know that information, and when I read that one, it was something interesting for me.
Or maybe the children are familiar with the violence without parents or without parents. Parents didn't pay attention about.
Okay, let's go for the next activity. Oh, go ahead, Elu. Go ahead, tell us.
How do you say it's minimize?
Yes, minimize.
Okay. I think some parents minimize the effect of using video games. They are very violent, but some parents minimize the impact on their behavior.
I agree with you. Because parents see what their children are watching or playing, and they just let them
And ignore, yes.
Ignore them.
Okay. And I think that nowadays children have access to that all kind of video games.
Yes.
It can be in a cell phone, computer, televisions. They are with all kind of information, and sometimes they don't know how the games are, how violent are.
Right. Okay. Anything else? No, right?
And the games were first for the army and after for our kids.
Yes, the games were designed for military personnel to practice, right?
Yes.
And every time there are many new games. Every time.
I know. Let's do this last activity, listening and speaking. They're just games. Listen to part of a lecture about violence and the media. Choose the best phrase to complete the summary of the speaker's argument. What do you think is the correct answer, guys? There is a clear link, or there is no proof of a link, or there are a number of links between violence and in the media and crime. What do you think the correct answer is?
C.
B.
C. All right, let's listen
I
and
think
check.
it's B.
Let's listen and to the lecture and check, okay?
Okay.
Page 27. Lesson D, part of a lecture about violence and the media. Choose the best phrase to complete the summary of the speaker's argument.
There is a lot of concern these days about violence in our media. Some psychologists who study this issue argue that violence on TV, in movies, and in music is responsible for making people more violent in their thoughts and actions. Take, for example, violent video games. The problem with video games, researchers say, is that playing them makes people feel more violent and behave more aggressively towards others. Violent video games are the main cause of violent crime and other social problems. But can this be true? And what are the facts? Well, let's look first at the statistics. Over the last 25 years, there has been a huge increase in the sales of video games in the US, as well as in other countries. However, during that time, the number of violent crimes that are committed by young people has actually fallen. In fact, youth crime in the US is the lowest it has been for over 30 years. This suggests that there is no clear link between playing video games and committing violent crime. Second, the majority of young people play video games. Research shows that around 90% of boys and 40% of girls are gamers. However, the majority of young people are not violent and do not commit antisocial acts. So the numbers do not add up to the claim that violent entertainment makes people violent. Now, critics say that games desensitize people to killing. But games are games, and reality is reality. People, including young people, can tell the difference between fact and fiction. Every day they learn lessons about right and wrong from their families, school, and society. For them, these games are just that, games. Now, it is possible that violent video games may have an impact on some people. They may have some influence on people who are already aggressive or violent, or who live in difficult situations. However, there is no evidence that video playing turns normal people into killers. Let's not forget either that around 60% of gamers are adults. As an adult, surely I have the right to choose what to watch and play. This is a complex issue, but we really shouldn't worry too much that violence in video games, movies, and TV is making our kids more violent.
Hello, guys. So what do you think now? What does the lecturer say?
Okay.
B.
B.
Sorry?
B.
There is no proof of a link.
Letter B,
Letter B?
Why?
because
This is what what the
Internet.
lecturer says, mister. Listen to part of a lecture. And according to the lecturer, what is the correct answer?
B.
The answer is
B.
B. Yes.
B.
Because young people can
distinguish.
distinct between the game and the reality.
Do you want to listen again?
Yes.
Yes. Excellent. Let's listen again.
Listen to part of a lecture about violence and the media. Choose the best phrase to complete the summary of the speaker's argument.
There is a lot of concern these days about violence in our media. Some psychologists who study this issue argue that violence on TV, in movies, and in music is responsible for making people more violent in their thoughts and actions. Take, for example, violent video games. The problem with video games, researchers say, is that playing them makes people feel more violent and behave more aggressively towards others. Violent video games are the main cause of violent crime and other social problems. But can this be true? And what are the facts? Well, let's look first at the statistics. Over the last 25 years, there has been a huge increase in the sales of video games in the US, as well as in other countries. However, during that time, the number of violent crimes that are committed by young people has actually fallen. In fact, youth crime in the US is the lowest it has been for over 30 years. This suggests that there is no clear link between playing video games and committing violent crime. Second, the majority of young people play video games. Research shows that around 90% of boys and 40% of girls are gamers. However, the majority of young people are not violent and do not commit antisocial acts. So the numbers do not add up to the claim that violent entertainment makes people violent. Now, critics say that games desensitize people to killing. But games are games, and reality is reality. People, including young people, can tell the difference between fact and fiction. Every day they learn lessons about right and wrong from their families, school, and society. For them, these games are just that, games. Now, it is possible that violent video games may have an impact on some people. They may have some influence on people who are already aggressive or violent, or who live in difficult situations. However, there is no evidence that video game playing turns normal people into killers. Let's not forget either that around 60% of gamers are adults. As an adult, surely I have the right to choose what to watch and play. This is a complex issue, but we really shouldn't worry too much that violence in video games, movies, and TV is making our kids more violent.
All right, so now what is the final decision? A, B, or C?
B.
B.
It is B.
Yes, it is.
It is B. All right, now if we can stay for one more minute. The speaker agrees or does not agree that violent entertainment makes people aggressive.
Does not agree.
Doesn't agree.
Over the last 25 years, there has been a rise or a drop in violent youth crime.
Drop.
Drop.
Right.
Drop.
Wow.
Drop.
Around 90% of boys and 14 or 40% of
40.
girls.
40% of girls.
40. He says that people can or can't tell the difference.
Can.
Can. He claims that there is some or no evidence.
No evidence.
No evidence.
No evidence. Perfect, guys. Are there any questions?
No.
Okay, we're finished. How was the class?
Very fast.
Very fast.
I know. I know. And I was like giving you very little time, huh? I give you 30 seconds. I give you 1 minute. And it still went fast. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Do you have any questions?
No.
Homework.
Never
Homework?
know.
Viewpoint, Unit 2, Lesson D. D as in David.
Lesson B.
D
Teacher?
as in
D.
David. As in
Thank you,
David.
teacher.
Teacher,
Yes?
what is the lesson for the last topic, wish and hope? What do you need?
Unit 5. Lesson B as in boy.
Lesson B?
As in boy, yes.
From viewpoint.
Yes, from viewpoint. And that's for wish and hope.
Wish and hope.
Teacher,
Yes?
for this homework, the unit, could you please repeat the unit?
Yes, Unit 2.
Okay.
Unit 2. Lesson D. D as in David.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, did you learn anything new, guys?
Yes, I think so.
I hope so. Yes, I hope you see a little bit of new things here and there. And thank you very much, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great night. I will see you tomorrow.
Good night,
Thank you very
everyone.
much. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.
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 Enjoy your dinner.
Okay.
Thank you,
thanks.
teacher.
You
Bye,
too.
guys.
Bye bye. See you.
You too.
See you tomorrow,
you.
guys. Bye.